What are your views on Story 1. As long as it's consensual and they aren't trafficked, it's fine. Story 2. Needs to be legal and regulated. It's going to happen anyway, may as well keep every party safe. Story 3. Kyle, every boy pays for kisses. Do you know what I am saying? If you got a girl and she kisses you, sooner or later you're paying for it. You gotta take her out to lunch, take her to a movie, and then spend time listening to all her stupid problems. Look at Stan right there. He's got to sit there and listen to all her stupid problems 'cause she kisses him. If you ask me, that's a lot more than the $5 my company charges. Story 4. Legalize it, tax it, protect the workers. Story 5. Biggest issue usually from my experience is that a lot of girls have been trafficked, trapped, tricked in one way or another into Other than that, it should be legal. Girls should have same law protection like others. Reality is it's considered dirty. No one wants to deal with it, and it also brings usually a lot of psychos out of their holes. From what the girls told me, I worked in a night bar and had different clients. Story 6. On a paper level, it shouldn't be outlawed, as two consenting adults should make that choice, but legally allowing work doesn't often reduce trafficking, and in cases like Amsterdam, many workers struggle to get paid adequately as people go to take pictures for tourism rather than pay for their services. And that's not taking into account workers are more likely to be victims of violence. So my opinion is I don't really know what's the best path forward. Story 7. I didn't want to respond initially because it's a complicated topic. However, my issue is less itself, but lucrative services like modeling, OnlyFans, etc. Young girls and boys learn that it can be enough to have a body for sale. That's more my concern. Prostitutes appear everywhere as they get pressured, lured and blinded to get into the system. Those who do it voluntarily are probably rare, but they should dominate the market. The customers, well, they all have problems too. Some men who are main customers don't have the chance to get a serious date and they feel lonely. I understand that as well. The whole culture is playing a role. Story 8. The women are 95% miserable. A special 5% stand out and really enjoy their line of work. Story 9. We still don't have a working system anywhere in the world. Even the places that have it legal and regulated have a lot of work to do to make it even mildly okay. Look at the Netherlands, legal and regulated, but also one of the 5 countries in the world with the most human trafficking. Netherlands among worst nations human trafficking. So for me, against it because there is still no right way for it. Story 10. It really needs to be legal so it can be regulated. The way they do it, Holland seems healthy. Most other places there are way too many women who are in serious trouble with pimps and human trafficking, which puts a whole new ethical dilemma on the matter. Friends, before we continue our video, I want to remind you of the importance of subscribing to our channel. We are also waiting for your comments and likes. Thank you. Let's move on to the video. Story 11. Should be illegal everywhere. Shouldn't be bought and sold. Story 12. Work is real work. All the stuff about how legalizing it is dangerous is BS. It's dangerous now. Legalizing it would allow safe establishments to be set up, which would protect the workers far better than they are now. Story 13. Should be criminalized from the client's side. I feel many people these days recognize that the need for money to survive allows for exploitation in all sorts of labor. I just can't support the idea of extending that exploitation into work. Story 14. Making it legal will only make it more accepted and make the black market even bigger. Saying legalize it always comes from people who don't realize how bad trafficking is, and the positive portrayal of it plays a huge part in its growth. The literal example I use is Orlando. Everyone goes there to the happiest place on earth and having a great time. Meanwhile, in the hotel they are staying in and the road they drive down and a lot of the hotels they drive past are girls that had been kidnapped and forced into Girls get funneled throughout that city constantly. Some being shipped out from there to other countries, islands. Happens all over the country, more so in Orlando than others. Girls that every day get left behind and left wondering where they are, how they got there, and how long they have been gone. Most places have no resources for these girls either. Legalization will not help this. Tell yourself whatever lies you need to. No dealers are losing money after legalization, they are making more money. It's easier to not get caught. Story 15. Legalize, unionize, protect it by law. I give my body to some office job, others give theirs to many hours of hard physical labor, others still to serve the health of the nation. keep our world clean, save us in any number of different ways. Workers give their bodies to serve the needs of others too. All work is hard work. All work is dignified. All deserves equal protection. Story 16. Selling is legal. Is legal. Why isn't selling legal? George Carlin had it right. Story 17. Should be legal and safe. At the same time, I get sad that a lot of women are almost forced to go into that field even if they don't want to. All power to willing and happy workers. If they are legit with it, then hell yeah. But I feel like the world has failed a lot of women into having work as their only option. Story 18. Legalize it. It's not my thing, but keeping it illegal, for moral reasons, is stupid. The idea about morality was that a woman shouldn't do it. Today, more than ever, women are giving it away from the age of 13 on up. Marriage is no longer sacred or even between two people. Morally, is mild compared to many things today. Politicians should be illegal compared to they both sell things. Is just more acceptable. Would allow people to make money. Given how hard times are, this is something that could help many people out if they are the type. Regulate it with set fees, medical benefits, protection from violence, and acceptable standards, and let it be. It would reduce crime at the very least. It would also help control STDs. The government could tax it like everything else, so they make money off of it. Right now, they make money off of fines and incarcerate. Story 19. Construction workers and other physical laborers sell their body for money too, often with worse or as bad consequences as workers. The problem is workers don't have the same support, respect, government regulations, labor laws, as other physical laborers. Story 20. Most divine social service. Story 21. I feel that is only rejected because of either religious or conservative opinions or because of seeing only its unregulated results, which are kind of horrible. There will always be and as long as people do it by their own decision, and as long as it is heavily regulated, I think it's fine. Story 22. If it wasn't prohibited, the tax revenue could help fund hospitals and schools. The individuals whom are involved with the trade could contribute to their retirement savings. Also, the stress relief that the healthcare system would receive if the prohibition was ended would be tremendous because the trade would be made safer for users and workers whom could partake in the trade stress-free knowing individuals involved have been tested for various diseases. Not to mention how many individuals would not be subjected to the title of criminal for partaking in the world's oldest trade. Story 23. It's been going on forever. And really who hasn't had for something other than love? Might as well make it an honest legal occupation. This is a good note to end on. Please write your stories in the comments. I'll be happy to add them to future videos. Also, you can rate our other videos. We would be very grateful. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.